Now, as we spoke about the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby tonight, and just out of interest, the American connection as well at Yarmouth in their 5:20 race today, because Cyclonite runs as a son of Bucchero, who ran in the King's Stand just a few years ago behind Blue Point, and his owner breeder, Harlan Malter, is joining us via Zoom from California. Harlan, well, I don't know what time it is. What is the time out there? Good morning to you.
It's about 2:45 in the morning, but when you're talking racing, it's a global sport, so it really doesn't matter what time it is, correct?
Well, you're looking fresh and well, Harlan, and thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about Cyclonite then.
Well, it's exciting because obviously, as you mentioned, Bucchero had come over for the King's Stand, and it's a thing Tom Peacock and I had spoke about at the Racing Post once Bucchero stood as a stallion, that boy, it would be neat to bring a 2-year-old Bucchero over, try to get to Royal Ascot the old-fashioned way. So this actually happened to be a homebred who we're really excited about. We met James through GBRI. We were looking to see if we could kind of follow this whole process of bringing an American horse like this over. And James has been great, and we're super excited about the horse. Done everything right. I guess that's all you can ask for when you head into a maiden race.
Good stuff. And I've got to, I mean, if viewers aren't familiar, Super Bad Stables, that's you, yeah?
It's a quick story to Super Bad Stables. My partner in Super Bad Stables looks a lot like Jonah Hill from the movie Superbad. Right. So kind of as a joke, not thinking I'd be on Sky Sports telling the story, we named our breeding operation Superbad.
And great stuff. I love it. And how's it going, Harlan?
Fantastic. We sent him over in October. James Ferguson's been amazing. We went over and visited when we were over at Tattersall's, and with a 2-year-old, all you can ask for is that they just keep progressing. One of the nice things about the Buccheros is they've been very precocious. While he didn't get really good until his 5- and 6-year-old year, he was a very good 2-year-old, a stakes place 2-year-old, and his progeny have followed that way. So they're usually very forward, and this is obviously a new experience for us debuting in the UK.
Yeah, his first runner in the UK. Fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's actually interesting because I'm up early. There is a Bucchero running in France. I believe about 5 o'clock my time I'll be watching. There's a undefeated Korean Bucchero, and actually a 2-year-old Bucchero won Dominican 2-year-old of the year. So they're running all over the globe.
They are. This is a great story. And what are your memories about that day when he came over and contested the King's Stand, Harlan? What a good run it was too, wasn't it?
Well, absolutely. We had run in the Breeders' Cup, which really had been our first major race to be in. And as much I'd been to Royal Ascot before, really just as a horse racing fan, but had not soaked in the experience from the ownership side. And again, I've become very good friends with Nick Smith. A lot of the people over at Royal Ascot. I'm probably the biggest fan over here in America. It is, to me, the premier event, and being there with Bucchero and having him run the way he ran. I have a very, very quick story. I was at Keeneland the other day, and I saw Frankie Dettori. And I mentioned to Frankie that at the press conference for the race, he had come over and tapped us on the shoulder and said, "I'm actually free for your mount if you'd like to ride." Well, we'd already named Jose Ortiz, and I'm a pretty loyal guy, but obviously it was tough to say no to Frankie. Now this is 2024. I said, "Frankie, we decided not to use you, and then you won 3 races that day." And he looked back at me and said, "I think it was 4." So that's about as good a Frankie story as you could tell, that he remembered that.
That's what he does. He doesn't win 1 or 2, does he? He gets for 4, 5, or even 6, as he did the other day at Santa Anita.
Exactly.
While you're on, Harlan, have you got a strong view about the 150th running of the Run for the Roses tonight?
Well, I do, and it's people who know me know where this is going to head. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Saudi Derby. Forever Young ran a little bit off his distance and ran down what I consider an elite American miler, who's Bucchero, who happens to be by Bucchero. So my money will be on Forever Young. He's done nothing wrong his whole career. Obviously, he's had a long campaign, but it's awfully tough to discount a horse. I was also in Dubai 2 years ago when the Japanese kind of stamped themselves as new dirt forces. So it'll be very interesting to see if he can bring that form to Louisville today.
Wow, fascinating. Yeah, it'll be a massive evening for them if they manage to pull it off. Harlan, we really appreciate your time, particularly literally being so early in the morning. But all power to Bucchero as he goes forward in all parts of the globe, eh?
Absolutely. I very much appreciate you having me on. I'm looking forward to being part of UK racing. Hopefully we'll be sending more over in the future.
Great stuff, Harlan. Listen, we look forward to eventually meeting you one day as well. It'll be a pleasure. Good luck tonight with Cyclonite.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. Thanks again.
Take care. That's Harlan Malter, owner breeder